Christian told me I got it bang on.
Yeah.
But Cam pointed something out on Messenger earlier, and I haven't spotted it before. The picture that I've just won on today is very, very, very similar to the picture that I won on the Bentley. The way I did my dots, it kind of had a flick.
Yeah, you did the same way you did the on a dream.
I never even noticed until you mentioned it. I was like, holy shit.
You did a vertical cluster, didn't you? Looked like just going upwards.
Right, I'll talk you through it. I'll share my screen, actually.
What I wanted to know is how many did you do in the X on each row, if that makes sense?
I didn't.
Well, you just did one pixel.
One pixel. Well, from my knowledge, because what I don't know if I can open. Yeah, I can actually, so I can see the stream as well.
Usually, when I do a vertical cluster, I do at least 2 or 3, because just doing one is a bit risky. Because you basically, if you're doing one, just going straight up or down, then you need the X to be bang on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You need the X to be exactly bang on.
Right there. That's it. Now I can. Right. So if I share this,
yeah. How many lines did you do? Like, you know, those one. Or you're gonna share it anyway. So
yeah,
it looked like 1 pixel, but it could have been 2 or 3 easily.
So this is obviously the geezer that won the R8 just before Christmas. That's where I did the line going up in line with his head.
Yeah.
Wait, can you see my mouse on there? You can, can't you?
But that doesn't look like 1 pixel.
Zoom in a little bit, Darren. Zoom in a little bit. That's it.
So my thought process is that it's dropping down. Obviously, everyone's going to have the same thought process. So it was going to come down. It was quite high.
Look at the credit one.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
No, man.
But I mean, if you look at that, they're pretty much covered Zone 2 all the way down to Zone 2, and it was all the way through Zone 1. You know, and it's if you look at the pixels, it was 34,53777.
Wow, 1 pixel. Shit.
Mate. 1 pixel, and that would have been a Lamborghini Urus and 50 grand.
Wow.
No way.
So how exactly did you miss out? Did you just not do more on the X or something?
No, I mean I've not doubled up. I've not. You know how I used to do it, where it was dot by dot by dot.
Yeah.
Nah.
How many pixel gaps did you leave? Do you
I
remember?
spammed it.
Oh, you just spammed it. Okay.
Yeah, I found my area. What I did is I'm looking over this way because half my screen.
Darren, can you go on your current one, the one you won today? Can you go on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do a full res picture, then
see, that's where I won 122 quid. And look, that was 232 quid credit that I won. 74 quid, 35 quid. You know, that was today's, and it had that flick.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Now, if you look at that one and then look at winners, look at that one. It had that same flick.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't notice that until Cam had pointed it out when I'd actually won and shared it.
Yeah.
So you
know that lines that you drew. Oh, sorry, Fabus, you've gone.
Sorry, carry on, mate.
I was gonna say, well, you know that line that you drew on today's one, Darren.
Yeah.
How many lines were there? That's what I'm saying, and the gaps.
This is what I'm going to show you now. So that the way, I don't know if you can see it actually.
Go on full res.
If you go on full res, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
How do you do? Oh, download it again.
You can go on view.
No, go on view.
Just click on view when you go down. Yeah.
And then
okay.
The yellow, orange, sorry.
Is that
No.
Where it says view or download.
You've got to click it again.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. So if you click once,
just zoom in to the, very much, then and the max.
Yeah, you like you said, you Darren,
they're
it's like
spaced out. You know,
spaced out to zone 2 on 1 there.
yeah.
So you literally just did single clicks going upwards. Okay.
Yeah. And then the way I did it, how I did it effectively, you see his ear, the side of his head. I did a line straight up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his nose, the inside of his nose, not on the eye, just the inside of his nose, straight up. That line going straight up. Now, I did a line off his eye, just above his eye, so I can still kind of wave it.
Yeah, adjust it. Yeah.
And then I went straight up, but I took it over. I leaned it over. Hence why you can see my line going that way, if you know what I mean. And that's pretty much where it dropped. I did see a lot of judges use it. There was Jenna Scalacci, I think she used all 3 players for the lining. There was a couple of judges that still used the guy on the right. They still used him to factor in where the ball would be with lining it up. I never brought any of them into the equation. The white guy, you can't even get a definition of where he's even looking. He's not even looking at the ball.
Yeah.
He's not even in theory near the ball. He's shit scared of the ball.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
how many lines did you do, Darren?
What do you mean lines? Sorry.
You know those one long, obviously, line that you did. Like how many layers? As in, you know,
he means how many X's by each sort of. You did upwards. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You just did one.
What I did is the line off his eye going straight up that curved to the right just a touch. I went on that green line going up, and I did it left of right all the way up, and that was pretty much just spammed it in that area, and that was it.
Okay, so you didn't do like 2 lines parallel.
No.
I did 3 lines. One just inside the eye there, and then one off the side of the head, and then one on the eye going up, and that was it. It was 3 lines off that one eye, because again, he's already looking in that direction, and I've said it to you guys before. Whenever you see a picture where it's directly above, and the eyes are just curving across, only just. It's 9 times out of 10, it's directly above that eye that it's leaning across. You go back, if you go back and look at all the pictures, there was a guy. I'd just come back. I got my account, and there was a midweek competition, and there was a guy. It was a black guy with a green kit, and he had his arms open like this, and he had his goal open. He was looking up, and the ball was just in front of him, but his eyes were just a touch over like this. And again, it's this in line with that eye that he's leaning across to. I mean, it's clear as day. Obviously, I'm not trying to teach people how to suck eggs or whatever, but I got my area. I found a capture zone, which to me, a capture zone is how far left, up, down, left or right. You know, I did a box of lines like that, and then I did, like I said, I got that the 3 lines going up, and I found roughly where I thought it was, height wise, and I took the box off and I spammed that area going up on one line. But I mean, each pitch is different. You know, you'll get stronger eyes off different competitions where you'll get 2 or 3 sets of eyes looking where the ball is. On this one, to me, I only had 1 set of eyes that I could really, really focus up on, and I didn't really bring the other 2 players into the equation. For me, they wasn't a part of it. Other competitions, obviously, there's more players, more eyes. You can body language and all that sort of stuff, and that's the key. The key is body language, for me anyway. Yeah, I said it on the stream and stuff like that. It's how a football player leans towards the ball. They won't stand still and just move their eyes. It's quicker for a football player to move the head to it, because if you think when you're playing football, go out with your kids or whatever. If you've got kids, go out with your mates, play football. How many times, from a distance, maybe you'll stand there and you'll watch the ball left to right go into different players. But if you're really engaged with where that ball is, you're very, very close where the ball is. How many people lock on to that ball with their eyes, but they move their head? You don't just move your eyes left and right. It's subconsciously you're moving your head to keep locked onto that ball. And it's, to me, it's just natural.
No, I get where you're coming from, Darren. You've got to take into consideration body language and body positions and things like that, tilts of heads, where eyebrows are. They're little subtle things, but anyone that's played remotely will sort of get it. I mean, I myself, as I said to Cam the other day, personally speaking, I've not hit a runners up, which is the unfortunate thing. But the amount of times that I've been bang on the X and about 10 or 15 pixels out just shows me that my thought process is the same. There's going to be days and weeks where, there was going back, I think it was about 2 or 3, but I think just as you got your account back, I had 3 or 4 weeks where I was just completely off. And that as you say, body language, I was just going, it's got to be there, because I was just looking at the eyes and I wasn't taking into consideration arms being up or down, or chest being out or back, or legs, or the head, or anything like that. And I was hitting zone 3, zone 4, zone 3, zone 4, and it got to a point where I think that this is what Sammy felt before he won. He was thinking, is it a point where I give up? And then you guys were doing a stream, and you were talking about your chopsticks or something or another, and
they helped. They helped for this one. I'm not even shitting you. It's the same chopsticks as before. I've got them here.
How much are you selling the chopsticks for?
Put them up on eBay.
How much are you selling the chopsticks for? Let's start a bidding war on the Cam's stream.
I mean, I did mention it before as well on Wednesday's stream, and I was trying to explain to you, Paint 3D. You've done it before with the target.
Yeah.
For me, I've got full PC. It's easy for me to download it, piss about with it, all that sort of stuff. But I studied the winners' pitches. The winners' pitches are near enough the same size every week. The target is near enough the same. The target never changes.
It's the same size, yeah.
Yeah. So if you get that picture downloaded, you put the target onto it, and you think of how they place that target on the player's head. Like if the ball's close, they'll overlap the white within the eyes.